Will this?
We live. Assalamualaikum everybody. This is the original Scary Ummi, and we're back with Weekends of Joy, powered by Institute. And as the ones who've been following it regularly know, we've been bringing fantastic new instructors every single day over the weekends to talk to you about all these amazing techniques that you can use to teach your children. So we've done robotics, we've had storytelling through music, we've had readers as leaders, we've had writing skills, like a lot of really exciting stuff. So today we have two really fascinating young women, Minna and Anum, and they're based in Lahore and they run a studio called, we call Partner Painters, your studio.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
But obviously, since this is the new normal, they've now started doing online art classes. So, hi Minna, hi Anam, welcome to the show, and tell us about yourselves. Like, are you guys artists from NCA? Tell me about yourself.
Hello. Thanks for having us, first of all.
Thank you.
Hello.
So I'm Anam,
And I'm Minaa.
and we both run a studio and project space by the name of Partner Painters. And
We're both artists from NCA.
we're both visual artists.
Yeah, painters primarily, and we run the studio, Partner Painters, where we conduct painting workshops for kids and adults alike. We opened our studio last year, and we had
We've done multiple workshops since then, but unfortunately, because of the situation, we are turned to online workshops now.
Yeah. Is art something which can be taught online? Like, some things lend themselves very easily to online, like let's say robotics or coding, because वो आपने more or less laptop पर ही करना है. Lekin do you feel art lends itself well to like online?
We did have a similar apprehension towards starting painting live because it is online, because it is a very physical act to teach painting and everything. But we did break it down so much for the students with like pictures, with presentations, taking pictures at every step, and also showing them very closely how to do the strokes and stuff. So we kind of adapted our technique of teaching as well to online painting.
Yeah, we made like short demos for every step. Like this is how you are supposed to put the stroke. But obviously, it is not
the same.
Yeah, it's not the same as like physically being present, teaching the kids or the students. But you have to do what you have to do.
Yeah, absolutely. So I noticed when you were showing me the kind of things you guys do, that you also do art therapy. So can you talk to us a little bit about that? Do you work with special needs children? Do you work with like adults going through issues? How does art therapy work?
So we collaborated with a startup called Madadgar. So they're like psychologists. So they helped us bring in people with like maybe all kinds of issues. So we do activities for stress relief and just to express yourself better, and just provided a comfortable space.
Yeah.
Was it effective, like when you were working with special needs children, and like I'm guessing autism spectrum children?
Basically for adults for now.
Acha, for adults. Okay. So tell us about your children workshops. Like how young is the child? Like how early can you take children? And also why is art important? So with children nowadays there's so much pressure. Like I have 4 of them, so they have to do maths and English and Urdu and Islamiyat and Park studies and robotics and coding. So art, I feel, kind of gets left or like shunned to the side because you're like, acha, art for example. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people, why is that not a great idea for a parent to do?
So basically, our age group that we do for the kids is 5 to 15. And we'd really encourage them, because right now, even the things that they're teaching in school are a little crafty in the art class. It's not focused on fine art or on art history or what's been done before. So what we do in our workshops, which I think is different or special, is that we focus on art history and fine art. So for example, if we have a workshop, 1 month-long workshop with the kids, we focus on isms, the art movements. So they know about different art movements every day, a new art movement every day. So I think that's very important, because I think our kids here are lacking that kind of education about art history and especially about Pakistani art, I feel like that's not focused on at all.
And that's what we felt as students in school and even in undergrad, that if we had had that opportunity, if someone was there to teach us about Pakistani art, art history and culture, it would have made a huge difference. So yeah, so हम ऐसी चीजें भी कराते हैं जो हमें नहीं मिली.
And art is definitely a very important way to express yourself.
It is very essential. Like आप maths के साथ I don't know कर सकते हैं, de-stress नहीं कर सकते. I mean like
Yeah, you can't.
mindless. Yeah, like you can put a canvas in front of you or something, and you can paint, and you can instantly feel stress leaving your body. I mean, at least it does for us.
Yeah, I think every kid has their own way of expressing themselves, and some of them really find solitude in like painting.
Also, I have to be clear, we're not teaching academic painting or drawing. This is not like उसमें तो बिल्कुल school वाला pressure होता है. Like grades होते हैं और ये होते हैं और उसमें तो you can't teach that online, I believe, especially to kids. So this is something it's kind of like
focus on,
you there's no pressure in getting a good grade.
We try to make it really fun for the kids.
But tell me that when you talk to like parents, and especially like the bulk of Pakistani parents who are kind of, I feel like very traditional still in the way they teach their children. So they're like maths was zaruri hai, English was zaruri hai, science was zaruri, and everything else gets moved aside. What, like in your experience of working with kids, what do you feel art gives them that like other subjects don't? And why should we as parents, try and integrate art into their lives?
I mean, again, I'm just gonna say art. I mean, you can paint at a party, but you would not want to solve math problems at a birthday party. Like I'm just saying because we were gonna have something like a paint party for birthdays and things like that. Art is, you don't really like, as I said, like it's therapy. It's therapy. You are not concerned about anything else but what is in front of you. You completely focus on what is in front of you and you forget about everything else, and that's essential because as kids you have so much to pressure on for every subject, and as parents too, like this is fun for kids and parents, I believe.
And I feel like it was very true what you just said about other subjects being preferred over art. Because when I was teaching on A levels, there was teachers coming in and saying, no, send the student in because art's not important. We need to, focus them on sciences because that is their main, and that's what's going to make them. But that's not true at all. Nobody can, define that this is what's going to make the kids. A lot of them need this kind of stress relief or just generally as well to express themselves.
I mean people think sciences पढ़ाने चाहिए ताकि वो डॉक्टर बने, engineering करें, but अब जरूरी नहीं है कि art पढ़ के वो artist बने. They can go into design.
Even in medicine, so my degree was medicine, and I feel even in medicine you needed to know art. Because and like all the anatomy is basically drawing it out as a piece of art.
Yes, definitely. In architecture, there are a lot of other ways. There are a lot of ways to be successful. I think art को उतना seriously नहीं लिया जाता है यहाँ पर.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell me what what mediums do you guys work on when you're teaching children art? Is it like, do they work on canvases? Do they also work with clay? Is it just like painting that you're working on, or is it also like pottery and other things? Like what mediums do you guys use?
We mostly paint on canvas, but we, according to the theme that we're following for that month. For example, if we are working according to the artist who works with collage, we would use paper cutouts and glue and everything. But if you're working, it's painting basically, acrylic painting, because that's the most it's the most non-toxic material. We don't make the kids use oil, especially the young ones. And
but for example, all the things out there, acrylic is the one that you would recommend for children of all ages. What watercolors, are they also toxic?
No,
No.
but watercolors is, I think, a very different medium, and it requires a lot more time because it's in layers. So you have to let the first layer dry and the other. So we have a limited time in our workshops. So we kind of focus on acrylic and canvas. But every time, like if, for example, if we have 8 classes, we try and make them do at least 4 or 5 mediums in that 1 month. So we've also done them painting on top of pottery. So if it's like, yeah.
And acrylic is a fast-drying medium. We try to keep the workshops as short as possible because, in the sense, like 2 hours se zyada nahi karte, क्योंकि then the kids lose interest.
Yeah,
So
you
we
know,
so if we like keep a workshop for 3 hour long session, it's not gonna. Kids get bored and they want to leave.
Okay, one mother wants to know, how about crayons? Do you recommend giving children crayons, or do you feel paint is a better medium?
again, like we mentioned, it's more crafty if they're already introduced to crayons and everything. So what we're trying to do is bring that special actual painting feel to the workshop, right? So crayons is definitely a good medium for kids, but they can do that at home as well. They can, so here we let them get messy with paint where they might not be able to do that with at home.
Yeah, we try to build like painting chops. So like unka jo initial fear of holding a brush, we try to remove that. Once that is gone, then they can and they're open to endless possibilities.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree. I think a lot of children are scared of the brush. Okay, so when you were doing in-person workshops, right? So they were like once a week and 2 hours long. Was that?
Twice a week and 2 hours long.
But online pay, like you obviously have to change because for a child, like how are you managing it online? Like children don't sit for hours. I know everybody's had to kind of adapt and figure out, okay, online mein wo kaise karwaye. It's harder. I was in a Standard Chartered cohort which was supposed to be all day once a week, and then they had to completely change it because who can sit on Zoom all day? So how have you guys adapted it?
We've divided the workshop into 2 days. So we will work on one activity for 2 days. So 2 hours, 2 hours each day.
2 hours each day. And we're going to try and keep them engaged by changing it around a little bit. For right now, we've only done adults online workshop because I thought we wanted to, ease ourselves into the online workshop. So it has been really successful. And we had a great feedback, and it went really well. So now we're going to do kids workshop at with Institute, the app.
And you do the first one, and like, can you tell us about it? How do people sign up for it?
Yeah, so we're gonna start our first online workshop on the Institute app and in the end of August. So people can go find us by the name of Partner Painters on the app, and you can also find us on Instagram and on Facebook, and you can message us, and we'll send you all the details.
Okay, and what this workshop will be for 2 days or longer? And like, how many kids are you taking? What would the curriculum be? Have you worked out all those details, or should we just log on to Institute to find that? The charges, like, you have those details?
Group is 5 to 15, and it's going to be 2 hours, and there's going to be one activity. And we're also going to send the kids a kit. So they're going to receive when they sign in. They're
the best thing to do.
Yeah, so
that a lot of these online workshops are really hard on parents, especially working parents. So like, we have to first collect the things, prepare the things, then make them sit down, then manage the internet, then kind of be there. So like, I signed up my daughter for an art workshop, and honestly, one of the reasons I wanted to sign her up was because they send a full art box home, and I was like, thank God. Otherwise, हर क्लास से पहले, like, आपको 2 घंटे पहले पता चलता है क्या चाहिए, फिर आप हर जगह से ढूंढते हो. So it's like so great that you guys are sending stuff home. Like, I highly recommend it.
Get all the materials delivered to them, and then we're just gonna do the activity with them step by step. So we're gonna make it as fun and easy for them as possible.
So we also we still have to like decide whether we should make like 2 activities, 2 small activities, or like one bigger.
Because till we do it, we don't know the pace of every child, right? Every child works on their own pace. But when we were physically helping them and physically being there, we could keep them on the same pace. But because online, we can't, manage everybody together. So I think either if they're able to finish, because some kids are really fast, if they're able to finish the first activity, we might introduce another activity on the second day.
Oh, that's amazing. So I really want to see some of the activities you guys have done, and maybe you can show them to our audience. They sound so great, the kind of workshops you guys have done, like couple therapy and paint play, like date to paint. Your adult workshop sounds amazing.
Thank you.
That I would have brought my husband on a painting date.
Hope you can see our presentation now.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
Now we can. Now we can. Can you go back? Miss the first slide.
This is just introduction of us being visual artists.
So both of you are from NCA, right? So do either one of you like paint as a profession?
Yeah, we're both working professionally as artists as well. We have a separate practice going on.
Yeah, in the same studio space.
Yeah. We've actually known each other since we were in school together. Then we went to college together, and then we started a business together.
Wow, that's
So,
amazing.
let's move on. So this is a little glimpse into our kids' workshop. You want to talk about
yeah.
So what were they doing here? They were painting like the masters, right? Which masters were they painting like?
Western and contemporary Western and South Asian modern and contemporary masters, like, Matisse from the West, and like we also incorporated Pakistani artists like Shemza.
In every workshop, we introduced one Pakistani artist to the kids.
Oh my God, that was so good. Like, that's amazing.
We have amazing Pakistani artists, which we don't even talk about.
At school, like we had no idea when we were kids that, such kind of artists existed in our country. So for example, for our workshop, we have different workshops. There was one that we did about isms and art movements. So for example, she's painting the girl on the left is painting from Andy Warhol. So she's painting her own portrait.
Oh, I can see that. Yeah, very Andy Warhol. Okay.
Yes. And then the below her is from Liechtenstein. The art movement is pop art.
Okay.
And then we also did with them other things. Isms ke alawa kya kya tha? Elements of art. We did line, color, shape, and all the 7 elements of art.
And then we also added like how to incorporate that into how artists incorporated those elements into their work, because elements सीख के आपने क्या करना है जब आपको पता ही नहीं है कि उसको use कैसे करना है, और लोगों ने हम उनको examples दिए of artists who use them, and then they got inspired by that artwork and created their version of it.
So we also have Jackson Pollock, where everybody is standing in a group. Behind that, we had Jackson Pollock. So we did dripping paint with them on a big sheet as well. And you can also see that we've provided easels, canvases, and all the materials for them.
The best part about our workshop was that by the end of it, we organized an entire exhibition for the kids and their families.
At the end of every workshop.
Every workshop.
So we displayed their work on the walls. We removed all the other paintings. We displayed their work and had an exhibition of their own paintings.
Yeah, with like labels and everything, or pure refreshments, just like professional.
Oh, that is so good. But tell me, do you get children who come in saying, "Hum to art kar hi nahi sakte, we are horrible"?
Yes, and in the end, they're also like, "Oh my God, this doesn't look nice." But when they put it up on the wall with everybody else, they were so excited. It was a pleasure to watch them become so excited by the end of the workshop.
और सारे tours देते हैं अपनी family को हर दफा.
And they're telling them about the artist. They remember the names, and they're like telling them how they got inspired and why they made the painting.
And we also like take pop quizzes after every class ताकि उनको याद रहे. And then the parents get really impressed.
Yeah. And like how many days are these workshops jinke end mein like you do proper exhibitions?
This is for
1 month long.
Yeah, 4 week long. So twice every week. And the last class, Otina, that is the exhibition. So on that day, we also
do a little activity with them.
Yeah, so
something like a giveaway.
And they basically make it themselves, but it's not like inspired by any artist or art movement or element. It's just something that I would say is a only crafty thing.
One time they made a handprint on top of like a colorful abstract painting. They made a handprint of themselves. Took them like a giveaway so that they remember our workshop.
So basically, they after 8 classes they do the workshop, right?
Yeah.
After 8 classes they do the exhibition. लेकिन जब आप online कर रहे हो तो you online you're only doing like 2 classes?
Yeah,
One.
because we're just easing ourselves into the whole thing as well, because we don't know how kids would be online. So we're going to start slow, but of course, if it works out, we would love to do 8 classes with them as well, the whole workshop.
Okay, but for now, it's going to be like a 2-day workshop based on, they will end up with one painting, right?
Yeah.
Or two, depending on the speed. We'll give them the material and see if, we will try to do like one exercise per day. But sometimes kids are not able to finish it. So then we could like start finish the older one the next day and then work on the second one. Our aim is to send out material for 2 activities.
Oh, okay. Okay, great. This looks so good. Oh, these are adults.
Yes.
Landscape paint करने के लिए, did you guys go somewhere?
We did. We went to this park near our studio in
We got a
Phase 5
special permission
for that.
Yeah.
That was not really a good idea because people missed out, and then we couldn't get the permission again. And then it's just really hard for us कि बार-बार हम इस तरह की चीजें करें. So
It
we've
was a very
decided,
special thing.
yeah, landscape जो है वो हम photographic reference से ही कराएंगे अब. We've decided because it's a hassle taking all the easels and chairs and tables to the park or wherever we are painting.
But it must have been so much fun.
It was. Like we had a whole audience.
Yeah, there were kids in the park that were very
impressed.
So we've done still life and we've done portrait as well, but we use acrylic and oil. So we've done these in both acrylics and oils.
Yeah, and for portraits are kind of hard. So what we do is we don't offer drawing classes yet. And for portraits, you need to have like really immaculate drawing. So what we do is we offer techniques जिससे आप easily transfer कर सकते हैं image अपने canvas के ऊपर, like grid making and carbon paper copying. So that's something that हम techniques easy fast techniques
ताकि end में शक्ल मिल जाए.
हाँ, and we focus on painting mostly.
Oh, okay. So these adults who come are like art students or just grown up?
No, just people who really want to try painting.
Okay, great.
So we've done some special workshops as well. So we did a couples workshop on Valentine's Day, where couples.
So sweet.
So you made a duplicate of the same painting, two images of the same painting, and when you put them together, the image is complete. So there's Starry Night and Monet's Bridge that made by couples.
And this was for how many hours? Was it a one-time thing?
It was a one-day
workshop.
One day, but it was a longer workshop. It was for 3 hours, I believe.
3 hours, yes. Yeah. And then you've talked about art therapy as well. So you can see there was a smashing of some pots to relieve stress. There was other balloon throwing as well. And what else? We had a lot of canvas.
The balloons are filled with paints?
Yes.
Filled with paints, yes. It completely destroyed our studio. We thought that, it would be fun and everything, but I don't think we'll ever be doing it. Yeah, we're not doing that again.
But there was a canvas of catharsis on which you threw balloons. And then on the pots, you wrote your stressful ideas.
Your traumas, and then you just smashed the pot.
them. And
we were like countless activities.
Yeah, there were countless activities we did with them.
And I love paints, balloons filled with paints.
Yeah. We also really wanted to try that.
Yeah.
And we've also done with Como.
We've done
collaboration with Como Museum of Art.
Yeah. I know them. So this was a workshop.
It was a one-day workshop for adults. The minimum age for children was 12. Because that was the youngest I think we had.
We had the young 12-year-old.
And this was also a lot of fun. This was just a one day. Like we wanted to do more of this kind.
We set up a still life for them, and then they all painted together. So it was really fun. Okay, let's move.
Yeah, this looks really good.
So for today's activity, we thought we'd show you like a snippet of what we do with the workshops. For example, if we were doing art movements, we would introduce them to pointillism. So we'd show them a whole presentation. We're not going to do that today, but we're just going to tell you a little bit about pointillism. It's a technique of painting in which small distinct dots of colors are applied on the image, and the most famous, I think, the image as well, the one on the right, is completely made with dots. So you can't even tell that this painting is completely made with dots. It's by Sura, who's one of the pioneers of the movement. And on the left, you can see how they made color by applying two different colors together very closely. So when you look from afar away, it's a completely different color.
Yeah, it's not mixed. It's just two dots placed side by side, and it gives an illusion.
Oh, wow.
And this painting took 3 years.
Yeah, took
to be
3 years,
yes,
and it's huge.
it's like a massive piece.
Yeah. So we did this with the kids. Here are their work and the still life that we made for them. We set up a still life, and here are their.
The kids did such a brilliant job.
Yeah, you have no idea how impressed we get with the kids. They do such a good job. We're just really amazed ourselves.
And we also like simplify it for them. Like,
Yeah.
we made them fill the background up with paintbrushes and then like put dots on it.
Yeah.
It also saves time
Saves time. Here, they're all sitting.
in our studio space.
You have a lot of girls. Do fewer boys?
They do. We don't really get many boys.
But we've always had a couple
yeah,
in
like
all
a-
our workshops. Yeah.
Two or
Two
three,
or
three,
three, yeah.
not more than that.
Yeah,
I
I
think
think as parents we need to like move away from the idea that arts is girly and maths is boyish or like yeah, by idea.
Yeah. So definitely there is an idea that art is for girls, which doesn't make sense.
No, some of the top painters in the world are boys.
Exactly. So it's definitely not encouraged that much. So yeah, this is the still life that we're gonna be working with. We're gonna need the other screen to start painting. We're just gonna.
So you're going to show us how to copy that, right?
Yeah. But we'll quickly show you why, Edward.
This is like an online lesson for me.
Yeah, like a quick lesson for you.
It's not been added yet. It's still backstage.
We need the other camera to be added, please.
It's added.
Okay, perfect. So, what we need today, the materials that we need are Q-tips that we've put together like this, and then canvas, and then we've done a rough drawing of a mango today in the spirit of mango season. But you can make anything you want in this. We're going to start with the lower half where you can see there's a green paper. So we put green and yellow together. What we're going to do is we're going to dab a little bit of green and a little bit of yellow to create light green. So we're going to dab that.
Oh.
So just like that. We're going to keep taking some paint. Be generous with the paint and just keep applying. Remember not to use it like a paintbrush. You don't swipe it. You have to dab it.
Gently.
Also, it seems easy.
It is. This is obviously made easy for the kids. If we were doing for adults, if we were introducing them to pointillism, I think it would be more detailed on how to. Okay, so here we've created light green for the paper at the bottom, right?
Right. Okay.
So we're going to move on to making the top half. Now the top half, you can actually make any color you want. We always encourage the kids to choose their own colors for the top. But today I'm going to make just a little bit of off-white with using ochre and white together. So we're just going to dab that together and keep shifting it so that it mixes a little bit. So we've created a little bit of off-white.
So you're mixing yellow and white, right?
Yes. It's actually ochre, not yellow.
Okay.
So because of the lack of time, I'm not going to paint the whole area, just showing you all the areas. So that, okay. Now I'm going to move on to the mango. So for the mango, I'm gonna make the background completely yellow. Well, when I say background, I mean all of the mango. Just go and give it a good yellow layer.
Oh, okay. But
Now,
you're using the same kind of Q-tip.
yeah, just with Q-tips. So can you actually see the picture as well of the still life while I'm doing this?
I saw it in the beginning. I can't see it right now. Now I can see it.
Okay.
Okay. That would still be available, so we could show you all details. Okay, now we're gonna add details to the mango. We're gonna make screen sharing.
Wow.
We can remove the still life from the screen now.
Okay, a little bit of brown to make it stem. Then we're gonna also make, where's the painting? We're gonna add a little bit of brown here. You can see the blemishes on it,
Yeah.
on the mango. And the fun part is when we mix them, actually blend them together by adding yellow. So we're just gonna add yellow to the edges and just blend it. So they actually look like blemishes on the mango. Yeah, like that. And then we're gonna add a little bit of green because you can clearly see green on the mango here. Right? We're gonna add yellow and just mix it together. So blending of the details is very important.
That's so cool.
I mean, we're not exactly following pointillism because that's gonna take years.
It took 3 years to paint that.
We are just
A little bit of green over here as well.
That looks so cool.
And for the highlights, highlight is basically the area that reflects the light the most. We're gonna use white. Just take a little bit of white.
So Amna Nadeem is asking if you guys take classes. So yes, Amna, this is just like a demo talk, and then we will be uploading details of their workshop, which is coming up with the charges and everything. But Amna, for the time being, please download the Institute app because that class will be conducted on Institute, and you will need to have the app to be able to register for it. So the
Now
link
we're gonna
is.
add
Go ahead, yeah.
red and green to make a darker green for the shadow. I've added green and green on red and then green on top to make the shadow of.
Looks so cool.
So because of the lack of time, I actually made a complete painting to show you what it would look like if I gave it. Yeah, if I finished it. Okay, so there. And for the edges, I will, because shadows are always blended towards the edges. It's always out of focus. So we're just gonna use the Q-tip that I used for the background. I'm gonna add green and yellow to it, and then just blend the edges. Obviously, I'm doing it very fast. You can give it as much time and as much details as you want. And the final would look something like this.
Oh my god, that looks so cool.
So this
we
was
can
also done under 20 minutes.
we can expect our children to come up with something like that.
And you can see that the kids have done equally well when they painted.
Wow, that's really cool.
Yeah, we can.
I'm definitely going to send my son to you because my eldest son believes that he can just not do art. Like he drives me insane. He just believes he can. And no matter how much you tell him he can, he just believes he can.
Some of the kids obviously
Go to you and I'm going to convince him that he can do it.
we would love to have him. We've had kids that needed an extra attention, but once they got into it, they were actually better.
Yeah, they were like they attended our workshops twice, thrice.
Yeah. We had one kid that attended all our workshops.
Like all the sessions for like 3 months.
Yeah. So, because I think school may obviously, like you're saying, art isn't. Ask Me Ibrahim is also going to download the app. So great. I don't know. I'm sure there's a certain number you guys are taking. So what is that number, and how soon should people start registering?
For online, we're doing maximum of 6 kids. But we're going to do our workshops very regularly.
Sorry, we didn't get that.
I was saying that one is Kayan for sure, and then a lot of the other moms are interested. So when are you opening up the registration? Like, how soon can people sign up?
I think mid-August. You can see all the details on our WhatsApp, on our Instagram and Facebook page. We'll be uploading everything, and then obviously you'll have to download the Institute app, and the details. Just search our name, Partner Painters, and the details will show up.
All our events will be available there.
The charges are not yet. Like how much you guys will charge for it?
For the 2-day workshop, we charge 5,000 with materials, with the kit.
Okay. So guys, when you download the Institute app, like Adil said, they will be sending out information on how to pay for their sessions. So you guys can pay for those sessions also. And we're really excited about this upcoming workshop. And I wish you guys would do it earlier. Like, why are you guys doing it at the end of August?
We actually have a few workshops lined up for our studio. So we're going to start after that.
Great. Well, it seems like a lot of mothers are interested in it. So we definitely, a lot of them, they know about the Institute app. So all they have to do now is download it, register themselves, and then you can register for this camp. So thank you so much, guys. Anum and Minaa, this was amazing. I learned about Pointillism. I had no idea about it. So we're very excited about the upcoming workshop. I'm sure you'll get a lot of Scary and Me members who are also excited about it. And I'm glad you guys are restricting the number. Like 5 is a great, great number. Because online people, it really my kids have attended workshops में बहुत ज़्यादा बच्चे हैं, and it is so chaotic. किसी का mic नहीं mute होता, it is a nightmare. So I always tell people that 4 to 5 se upar don't go. Otherwise, like it's a nightmare. Like and it's choti screen, so it's amazing. Please do like 5. Like maybe do more camps, but don't increase the number. Because one reason I actually changed my baby school, like Sharan was going to campus, and it was a 26 bachon ki class. He's 4 years old, and then I moved schools only because his new school has 4 kids. Because I was like, at least he imagine it's 4 years old, like looking at a screen and it's like online only works. Very small.
One-on-one attention is very important.
Yeah, especially on online. Like it's like there's this amazing ballet working with, and she's also just doing 5 because it's impossible to communicate. So I'm really glad and really excited about this. When you guys have more details, you can share a poster, like when you know exactly what the curriculum, timings, etc. But we're excited about it. So this is going to be great.
Yes.
Do we need to pay for this classes? So ask me, you do have, when you register, you do get a 1,000 credit. I'm not 100% certain if you can use it. Okay, so all of you can use the 100,000 credit towards the painter partner classes. So I would say that download the app, register yourself, and then you can use your credit to book the class. And that would be amazing. Yes. Yeah. So great. And maybe if there's like a lot of interest, we can talk to the Institute and get you guys like a discount or something. But abhi aap log register yourself, because without registering yourself, once the promotion, once the weekend of joy that we're doing with Institute ends, you guys will be clueless, because how you won't be able to get the information. So please download the app, register yourself, and then you will be up to date. And then, if a lot of you want to register, then we can talk to Institute and say, okay, can we get the The first step is download and register.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Anam, Minaa. Really excited about the
For
upcoming
having
and maybe like an amazing painting workshop also. A lot of amazing need therapy after being home, working from home.
Yes.
And
I think we need our therapy.
cleaning, I think honestly the poor amazing need more therapy than anybody else. They're going crazy. So yes, maybe we should do like an online Ammi therapy workshop.
All right.
Great. Thank you so much. Really nice talking to you.